Ever wonder who's going to cringe at your selfies in the year 2175? Spoiler alert, it's someone who shares your DNA but thinks you dressed like an absolute maniac. Now imagine you're scrolling through a dusty digital archive in the 22nd century, and suddenly you stumble upon your great-great-great-great-grandfather doing the renegade dance in his kitchen. How do you even process that? Do you feel pride, secondhand embarrassment, or just profound confusion about why anyone thought that was worth preserving? Here's the thing nobody tells you about creating content today. You're not just performing for your current followers. You're essentially building a time capsule that your distant descendants will unlock like some kind of bizarre inheritance. Every photo, every video, every ill-advised TikTok rant becomes part of your permanent legacy. Think about it this way. Your great-great-great-great-grandchildren won't have letters or faded photographs. They'll have high-definition footage of you complaining about coffee prices, doing questionable makeup tutorials, or lip-syncing to songs that'll sound absolutely ancient to them. The intimacy is both beautiful and deeply uncomfortable. What makes this even stranger is that these future relatives will have context you never imagined. They'll know how your story ends. They'll see patterns in your life that you couldn't possibly recognize while living it. Every casual decision you filmed becomes a clue to understanding their own family history. The mechanics of digital preservation mean that unlike old photographs that fade or get lost in attic boxes, your content is actively being backed up, archived, and stored across multiple platforms. Cloud services ensure that your digital footprint outlives you by centuries. What you think is disappearing into the void is actually being meticulously preserved for posterity. Picture your descendant in the year 2200 writing a school report about their ancestry. Instead of vague descriptions from census records, they're watching actual video of you struggling to parallel park, celebrating birthdays, or ranting about your terrible boss. The level of access is unprecedented in human history. Here's where it gets really wild. Future technology will probably let them interact with your content in ways we can't even imagine. Maybe they'll use AI to have conversations with a digital version of you, based entirely on your social media presence. Maybe they'll recreate your voice, your mannerisms, your entire personality from the data you left behind. Some people think this is heartwarming, a beautiful way to stay connected across generations. Others find it deeply creepy, like you're haunting your own family tree with content you posted while bored on a Tuesday afternoon. Who's actually right here? The irony is that we're more documented than any generation in history, yet we have no idea how future societies will judge us. Will they think we were obsessed with food photography? Will they wonder why we documented every mundane moment? Will they find our slang incomprehensible and our concerns trivial? Consider the fact that trends and cultural moments you're capturing will need extensive footnotes for future viewers. Your descendant won't automatically know what no cap means, or why everyone was suddenly baking sourdough bread in 2020. They'll need historical context just to understand your casual posts. What's really happening here is that you're accidentally creating primary source material for future historians. Every mundane video is potential evidence of how people lived, communicated, and thought in the early 21st century. No pressure, but you're basically documenting civilization. The adaptation has already begun, by the way. People are starting to curate their digital presence with future audiences in mind. Some are creating intentional time capsules, recording messages for descendants they'll never meet. Others are frantically deleting embarrassing content, trying to control their posthumous narrative. But here's the catch. You can't really control what survives or how it's interpreted. That video you deleted, someone might have downloaded it. That private moment might become public through a data breach. Your digital legacy isn't really yours to manage anymore. Think about the power dynamic here. Your distant relatives will know you intimately without you ever knowing them at all. They'll see your bad hair days, your awkward phases, your real personality shining through unguarded moments. Meanwhile, you'll never see them, never know if they exist. Some platforms are already dying, taking content with them. MySpace lost millions of files. Vine disappeared. Snapchat was designed for impermanence, but screenshots exist forever. The digital landscape is constantly shifting, making some content immortal while other pieces vanish completely. Future genealogists won't be searching through birth certificates and marriage records alone. They'll be navigating through terabytes of video content, geotagged photos, and metadata trails that map your entire existence. Your life will be searchable, filterable, and analyzable in ways that would horrify most people today. The real question becomes, how do you want to be remembered? Because unlike previous generations who could carefully craft their legacy through selected photographs and written records, you're leaving behind everything. The good, the bad, the mundane, and the magnificently embarrassing. What's fascinating is that this creates a kind of radical honesty across time. Your descendants won't see a sanitized version of history. They'll see real people living real lives, complete with all the messiness that entails. Maybe that's actually beautiful in its own chaotic way. The technology that makes this possible keeps evolving too. Facial recognition means your face can be tracked across decades of footage. Voice analysis could map how your accent or speech patterns changed over time. Every digital breadcrumb becomes part of a massive puzzle that future generations can assemble. Critics argue we're oversharing, that we should protect our privacy and dignity. Supporters claim we're creating unprecedented connection and understanding across time. The debate rages on while everyone keeps posting anyway, because what else are we gonna do? Meanwhile, the cycle continues and intensifies. Each generation documents more thoroughly than the last. Your great-great-great-great-grandchildren will probably have neural implants recording their every thought, making your Instagram posts look quaint by comparison. The trajectory is clear, even if the destination isn't. Perhaps the strangest part is that we're living in the transition moment. We're the generation that remembers life before constant documentation, but is creating the archive for all future generations. We're the hinge point between forgettable ancestors and unforgettable ones. And despite all the existential weight of knowing your embarrassing moments might outlive you by centuries, people keep recording, we keep sharing, keep creating, keep documenting. Because maybe the alternative, being completely forgotten, is somehow worse than being remembered at our most ridiculous. So next time you post that video, just remember, somewhere in the distant future, someone with your cheekbones is gonna watch it and think, this is where I come from. Whether that fills you with pride or horror is entirely up to you. But either way, smile for the camera your great-great-great-great-grandchildren are watching.